Hello, my name is Jonathan Williams. I'm here today at the Collage Culinary Experience in South Coast Plaza. We're going to learn some information about this amazing place. We're talking with Chantel Corzine. Hello, Chantel. How are you today?
Very nice. Thank you for the invite.
Good. Well, it's a pleasure being here. I'm excited. This is a remarkable place. I hope to learn a lot about it today. You're going to tell me. It's fairly new. I think you've been here since about...
We're at 2 years. However, we had a slow open due to the pandemic.
Okay.
We had planned to open about a year and a half ago, full 100% all restaurants. The pandemic slowed us down. But we were fully open as of June of this year, 2023.
Terrific. And you are open. It's quite a remarkable place.
Thank you.
Now, just to introduce it, how many restaurants are there in this location?
Sure. We have 11 concepts. Yeah.
A lot of opportunity.
Yes.
If I'm hungry, I have a lot of choices.
You do.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Now, it's also part of Bloomingdale's.
Correct. Bloomingdale's, we are affiliated with Bloomingdale's. They are our backers, and we are delighted to work with them.
Well, it's good. I can combine so many of my interests. I can shop, I can eat, I can explore, because it's quite interesting just to walk around here.
Correct.
So, the background. What is a culinary collective?
That's a fantastic question. So we are a dining collective. It's kind of our canvas that we put together. It's curated much like a food hall, but elevated. A lot of people don't know what a food hall is. Do you know what a food hall is?
Well, I think I do. I'm typically going to a mall, and there's a part of the mall that has a food hall.
Correct, yes. So we took that concept and we wanted to make it luxurious and elevated, but also give it the chance and opportunity that you can get a quick bite or have a nice romantic dinner.
Okay. But the idea, these are individual restaurants, independently owned, but they are part of what we're calling a collective.
Correct, yes. They're individually owned, individually operated. Some are chains. But most are owned by an individual, and it's I guess you could call it mom and pop.
Okay. Well, there's a wide diversity. I noticed looking around. We have Waffle House. We have bar.
Yes.
I can get my drinks here.
Yes.
We have a whole variety of Asian food from some very upscale restaurants like Dynasty, and breakfast as well, I understand.
Yes, we don't have a traditional breakfast as an option. One of the options is you can have pho for breakfast. Apparently, that's a pretty hot item to have for breakfast. Lines start as early as 8:30 a.m. for soup.
Wow.
Yeah.
For soup.
For soup.
It's the restaurant, or the collective, operates on 2 levels here, on the corner of Bloomingdale's, and so you have a downstairs and an upstairs. I'm noticing across from me is quite an elegant restaurant. I believe the name is Dynasty?
Paradise Dynasty.
Paradise Dynasty.
Yeah.
It looks very attractive.
Yeah. So Paradise Dynasty was our biggest hope and dream to have in this space. They are from Singapore. They go head-to-head with the quality of Dim Tai Fung, which is very popular here at South Coast Plaza.
Okay.
And it just offers a great variety of traditional and non-traditional Chinese dishes.
Okay. Well, you're open here, I understand, from typically most restaurants are open at noon.
Correct.
And through dinner time until...
Yeah, it depends on the restaurant.
Okay.
Our restaurants that serve cocktails tend to be open later.
Okay.
And then, your order at the counter restaurants will close more typically at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Maybe a little later on the weekends.
All right, so let's talk about who should come. We've got our families who are here to do shopping, but they need some food, so we have opportunities for them.
Yes.
What about the dating scene?
Honestly, you can find a space within the collage that you can find a space within the collage that features any appetite or any scenario. So if you're looking for a date night, a girls' night, even a bachelorette dinner, it's a great place to go. It's also where you can go up and order at the counter, get something more fast casual, sit down together, and get back to shopping.
Chantal, I heard that this is the brainchild of one individual. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about the founder, the originator?
Yes, so Morgan Zhang is the founder of Collage Culinary Experience. He is a world traveler. He enjoys traveling both for work and recreation. He brings his family along. And when he does that, he just loves to go around and try foods anywhere from traditional to non-traditional cuisine. And on top of that, he enjoys architecture and art. So he wanted to bring his experience of world traveling back to the United States, back to his local area, Southern California. And he pitched the idea to Bloomingdale's, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is the first, but it could extend beyond this.
It could. We have hopes and dreams, along with Bloomingdale's, to expand. There's nothing set in stone yet, but there are hopes for the future.
Good.
Yeah.
So you might open up at other Bloomingdale's across the country?
Correct. Yeah. You might see us sprouting up, but this is the original.
Good. So you want to come here first so you really get the concept.
Correct.
Okay. What are some of the other features that you enjoy most about this?
I think one of my favorite is the design. When I walk in, I feel like I'm at a luxurious hotel. I also enjoy taking my family here. We hop around and we'll pick one of the dining restaurants to eat at, and then we scoot around and get after dessert treats, a churro or a mochi nut donut or a cup of coffee.
So, Chantal, there are so many restaurants here. Tell me about the variety.
Happy to expand on that. So we have a large variety, and it's not just Asian concepts, although you can definitely find a variety of Asian foods here. Upstairs we have where we're lucky to be sitting right now at Blossom and Brass, which has curated handcrafted cocktails. They're wonderful, very different, as well as very wonderful food from pasta to small bites. And then one of our most popular concepts is Paradise Dynasty, which offers various Chinese dishes. Anything from fried rice to soup dumplings.
Okay.
We have a comfort classic. We have a comfort classic with Chef Mike downstairs at Mahjong's. So down there you can get burgers, ribs, chicken noodle soup, all your classic comfort foods.
Okay.
And then for dessert we have churros, we have mochi nut donuts, which are made out of mochi. You can go to Cha Redefined for both coffee and tea, and they use traditional Chinese methods of making tea. So it's a very bright, beautifully tasting tea. Nothing you can get at the store.
Yeah.
And then we have K Seoul, which is Korean. Great, quick bite, classic. And what am I missing? Faholic.
Okay.
Faholic is our soup, pho soup. They only have one kind, which is beef, but they have all kinds of different meat choices, so you can get it cut, your meat cut various ways.
Okay.
So you have to like a beef broth. And then last but not least is Bruxy. Crispy chicken and waffles, salads, and yummy desserts.
Good. So this really is an adventure.
It is.
You don't come here one time.
No.
You got to come here multiple times and
Yes.
check the variety
Yes.
and explore it and learn new tastes.
Correct.
It'd be a fun experience.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
You can have a heyday here.
Chantal, it's been really delightful talking with you. I've learned so much about the Collage Culinary Experience. It's an amazing place. I look forward to bringing my family here and sharing this information. Well, Chantal, I'm off for another adventure. From here, I'm going over to Benji's Deli in Tustin. We'll see you there. My name is Jonathan Williams, and I'm here today with Lloyd Weinstein at Benji's Deli in, am I correct, Santa Ana?
Benji's Deli.
Benji's Deli.
Benji's New York Deli.
Benji's New York Deli. That's really important. So, Lloyd.
And Avenue K Bar.
And which is an amazing place.
This is Avenue K Bar.
I had lunch here. Trust me, it's really, really good food. So, what's a deli?
Well,
I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you, but look, there are restaurants, fast food, there are all kinds of restaurants, but delis are not the same thing.
the deli has roots. Got it?
Roots.
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 No.
Yes.
It's the roots of a culture. Now, when I was a little kid, my grandparents lived on Wilshire Boulevard in LA.
Right.
And there was a whole line of, there was delis, bakeries, up and down. So my family and I, we'd go there on Sundays, and Pop, he would take us to the deli, and he'd buy a quarter pound of lox from the belly.
Okay, from the belly.
Where did you get that?
Yeah.
In a deli.
In
You
a
can't
deli.
say that anywhere else.
No.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And it was something I looked forward to. Then we'd go next door and get fresh bagels and cream cheese and come home and have lox and bagels.
We did the same thing. Where I grew up, we would travel, and this was, in those days, that was a trip. We would travel 25, 30 minutes to get to a good deli where we could get that kind of food. So, a special place in our lives. And you've got the whole kids, grown-ups, probably grandparents involved.
Well, in this place, how many generations have come through here? We've been here 56 years. 56, so think about the generations that have passed through.
Right, exactly.
Like 3, 4?
At least, yeah, absolutely.
The family used to come in with a little baby.
Yeah.
She ended up working for us.
Outstanding.
And then they meet someone here and get married. So we've had, not births, but almost. We've had deaths.
Have you? Oh my goodness. It's a family place.
We've had cars drive through the front window.
Oh my goodness.
But mostly, we have loyal, soulful customers that need us.
It's always a little bit like home away from home. You need that food. Food triggers memories. Food brings back portions of our lives that we can pick up. Just come in here, sit down, have that corned beef, have that Reuben sandwich, and you're back home.
Every culture every culture is based on food. And everybody has the Italians, and this is where the Jewish culture comes to feel at home.
And it's open to anybody. The fact that it's such good food, I don't care if you're Italian, Polish, English, whatever you are.
Well, of course, other people come because they want corned beef. And they're not necessarily Jewish.
All right, so this has been here for 56 years, and it's been in the family the whole time?
Yep.
Was it your parents then that opened it, or?
Yeah, my parents. My dad, let me go a little history quickly.
Yeah.
My dad got out of the military and ended up in New York. And then he ended up meeting my mom. She lived in Canada. So they got married, and he went to work for his in-laws. The in-laws owned uniform factories.
Okay.
And then I was born. There we are. Mom's family decided to move to California and bring their facilities with them, the factories.
Okay.
So everybody packed up the van and off to California. And he stayed working for them.
Where did the idea of a deli originate?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
So he hated every living moment of that. Yeah. He worked as a cutter in their big, where they lay fabric out and run a machine and cut. Hated every moment. He saved $10,000, and then he had the opportunity to buy a drive-in restaurant in Garden Grove.
Okay.
car hops.
Yeah.
Bought that, ran that for a few years, and as a little kid, I would be in there and making shakes and those kind of things, and he would be working the little grill, and it was pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
He wanted more. He went to the landlord and said, "Can I tear this down, build a coffee shop?"
Okay.
It wasn't a deli, but it was
Okay.
a family restaurant.
Family restaurant.
Just a family restaurant. A deli
Yep.
is a family restaurant.
Yep.
So he ran that for, 12 years and more. And then I worked in that.
Okay.
That's how I learned the restaurant business. I was a dishwasher.
Yep.
Needed to cook one day. I go, I can do that. He goes, you can? I've been paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, he ended up getting the opportunity to get this restaurant. This was closed, and it was right down the street from the temple.
Okay.
So he went into partnership with his doctor and lawyer that was part of the group opened it up, and there's Benji's.
Where did the name come from?
It's my grandfather's name.
It's your grandfather's name.
Typically, you name children after
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how it became.
Good, and it's almost a monument to the whole deli idea. It's been part of this culture and this community for a lot of years.
It has.
Well, we came in today, Lloyd, and this place was busy. We were lucky to find a table. You do a tremendous business here. Clearly, people love to come here.
Yeah, it does do its share. People like the comfort food,
Yeah.
We got a lot of that. And
well, you notice you have not only the restaurant, different sections in the restaurant. You've got someone can enjoy sitting here and watch a game on the TVs. Over in the other room, we've got a large room. We have a counter. We have a bar.
Yeah.
We can make special drinks here.
Right.
I like that.
And that was my dad's idea. This bar didn't exist when he bought the restaurant.
Yeah.
And he wanted a bar. So he bought a liquor license and built this
It seems
bar.
like he never looked back
No.
once he got this place. And obviously it infused itself into you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No.
This is your place.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's been good.
For the family and
Don't change it. I mean, I'm sure there are people in the community who are saying, don't ever change.
well, in the realm of businesses today, they say change with the times or die, right?
Right.
But a deli can't.
No.
I can't have new menu ideas because people are coming here for matzo ball soup.
Exactly.
They don't care about a Cobb salad or Chinese food. They're here to eat this. So I've discovered over the years that don't change something that works. If it works, don't fix it.
Right. Well, it's a good food. It's the welcoming atmosphere. It's the familiarity.
Yeah.
I know if I come here, I'm going to enjoy a good meal. It's someplace I can feel very at ease, very comfortable. I can say hi to Lloyd because, hey, we've talked before.
It's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a tremendous location. I think it's really a testament to the whole deli idea, which I cherish. I think it's an important aspect of our culture. Well, you're charming and delightful too. It's been a pleasure. Let me shake your hand. It's been a pleasure, Lloyd. I've enjoyed meeting you.
That's been nice.
And looking forward to coming back. Thank you very much. Stay here. Keep doing it.
You're welcome. Thanks and get the word out.
We will. Now let's see what Susan's up to.
I'm here today in Irvine at Code Ninjas. Now, this is a most unusual school, and we're going to be learning more about it with Don's son, who is here to fill us in.
Welcome.
Thank you, Don. So, well, where do we begin? Tell us a little bit about what kind of school this is, Code Ninjas.
Yeah, Code Ninjas began about 12 years ago as a franchise organization. It was opened up in Texas, founded by a gentleman who was running an adult coding boot camp teaching adults how to code. And he was one day sitting in a Taekwondo studio with his son and kind of put the two ideas together. Why don't I teach kids how to code in the same way that Taekwondo is taught with a kind of a belt system?
How many years ago was that?
It was about 12 years ago.
Oh my gosh. And here you are. It's a franchised organization.
Yes.
And there are hundreds, thousands of these around
Hundreds. We're
Hundreds.
at roughly a little over 400 centers across the US, Canada, and the UK. We're actually the largest after-school STEM organization in the world.
How interesting. So what are you all about? What do kids do when they come here? What do they learn?
Yeah, our mission is to bring coding instruction to the younger generation. Currently, coding is not adequately taught in the school system until you're into middle school, high school level. And so at the elementary school, a lot of the instruction is basically special topics here and there without a coherent curriculum to teach kids how to code. So we are trying to fill that gap by bringing coding education to starting at the younger ages and giving kids a foundation of coding knowledge so that will help them not only in their schoolwork but hopefully beyond professionally.
And the age range is?
We have two main programs. One is for what we call juniors, which is ages 5 to 7. And then our main program is Code Ninjas Create, and it goes from 7 to 14.
All right, so now maybe you can explain what coding actually is.
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. Coding is basically just how to give instructions to a computer so it knows what to do. Computers are very fast, very smart at calculating things, but they don't really know what to do until you tell them something.
Right.
So coding is just a process of writing a series of instructions that a computer can follow to get the output or the results that you're looking for.
So different computers speak different languages, is that right? So the computers hear what language?
Yeah, our program basically covers different kinds of coding as you work through the curriculum. We start out foundationally in what's called block-based coding. And block-based coding there's a program called Scratch that was developed at MIT, and there's a program that we use called MakeCode that is supported by Microsoft. Microsoft is a technology partner of ours. Block-based coding was designed to help young kids understand coding concepts without getting bogged down in what's called computer syntax. So in standard computer programming for adults, you would issue a command, letters, words, and a lot of symbols, semicolons, slash marks, quote marks, which are just really hard for a young kid to keep straight. So block-based coding removes all of that.
So it's word-based.
It's block-based, actually. They move blocks around on the screen, and the order in which they assemble blocks is the order in which the program runs.
Oh,
So
interesting.
very easy to teach these kind of basic concepts. Once our kids master that, they move into actual line-based coding. And the language that we use for that is called JavaScript.
JavaScript. All right.
And then the last part of our curriculum, we actually go to a whole different platform, and we teach them the language C# for more advanced coding.
C#. All right, for advanced coding. So you have the three different are they called languages?
Yeah.
So you have the three different languages taught here. So how do you teach it?
Yeah, all of our work here is designed to engage a student. So all of the work they do in the curriculum is basically building video games.
It's based on building video games?
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
really
gosh.
it's video game projects, actually.
Well, that would inspire any kid.
There you go. There you go. And so kids learn how to create video games, but the techniques and skills that they learn in creating these games are transferable to general applications development as well. So we keep them engaged with games. They have fun building them, but the skills that they learn are actually usable in all kinds of different coding.
I see. Okay, I think I understand. Now, with this knowledge, I mean, you have this fabulous board outside where your ninja computer guys can, they earn belts, the white belts up to the black belts. Now, what do they do after they are so knowledgeable about all of this? What is possible in their future?
Well, many of them retire, but our capstone project in the Black Belt is to actually build a full-fledged mobile video game. And if they build one, based on their creativity that does really well, they could monetize that creation, and we'll see what goes on beyond that.
How interesting. So do you keep track of these students? And
We actually do.
Do you?
Yes.
So what's a typical journey?
The curriculum is pretty deep. So if a student comes for 2 hours per week, it's estimated that it would take 2.5 to 3 years to finish the program. And in the capstone project, they're working very closely with one of our instructors to ideate, create, code, test a full-fledged game. So
I see.
that's the kind of end of our program, where they have these skills to actually produce something that could be sold or used out in the real world.
Got it. So the steps are going from the ideation, that is creating it, to onto the design, figuring out how to design it,
And then the coding.
and then the coding.
Yeah.
All right, so it's that 3-step process. Now, this whole concept that what you're offering to kids seems like such a basic thing that every child should, and adult should know. So I'd like to know more about your organization here and how this has been developed.
Sure, that's an excellent question. Here at Code Ninjas Irvine, we were the first Code Ninjas franchise in Orange County. And we opened just under 5 years ago, actually. One of the owners who purchased this saw the Code Ninjas, the description of the company, and immediately resonated with him, because he personally felt that if something like this was around when he was growing up, he would have had a much different path in life and help him professionally. So he wanted to be able to bring this opportunity to other kids in the Irvine area.
Oh, I can imagine in this community with your wonderful school system and eager learners, this would be a huge hit.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids who just love coming week after
Right.
week, and a number of parents tell us this is the only thing they want to come to. Everything else they have to drag them to.
That's great to hear that. We're from Laguna Woods, where it's a retirement community, but many folks have grandchildren, and they might be very interested in this, I would think. So what kind of programs do you have? Let's say the summer programs. It would be just kind of a short 1 month or 2 week sort of thing, where they can dip their toe in to find out what this is all about.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. We operate year-round, so our main programs are the coding curriculum, either for the juniors, 5 to 7, or older kids, 7 to 14. During the summer months, we take that opportunity to kind of give a different type of education, not only for new people who aren't part of our community, but also for our existing students to kind of take a break and explore something new. So we offer a series of summer camps that cover many different topics in that where coding is or applications of coding is probably a better way to say it. So we do have a summer camp in artificial intelligence.
Really?
Yes. We have a camp in 3D design and printing. We have a camp in some of the kids' popular programs, Minecraft and Roblox, and just a whole kind of potpourri of different topics that kids may have a special interest in that are applications of the coding education that they've been going through.
This is fascinating. Now, you have how many computer stations here?
24.
And are they ever full?
Yes, we can get
Really?
full. Yes.
You can. And so the instructor is here and guiding them through and checking to see how they're doing. Don, this has just been a pleasure hearing about all of this. Well, once again, Don, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure.